Hello guys, I'm yellowpurple, and I don't even know how to start this now, but videos, yeah, why did I decide to do this? It gives me reason to get up out of bed, that's why. Can't be lazy shit anymore, but yeah, I was thinking of ideas for videos and I just thought, fuck it, what questions do people usually ask me? So that's I've written down a bunch of questions that people usually ask me, and I'm gonna just answer them because if people ask me these questions again, I'll just show them this video. It'll be easier that way. Because it's irritating when people are like, oh, here's a question I asked you a week ago. Oh, I've heard this question. It's irritating. Not like I'm complaining or anything, because I don't really have anything to complain about. I'm quite content with my life at the moment. Yeah. So, first question, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Earth? I have no idea. I don't have future vision, but maybe like I'll be content if I've got a job in what will it be? Yeah, 25. I'll be content with like a job, dog, a cat, my own place to live. I don't know. Yeah, maybe like just a little cottage or something. A little cottage with like a field and have like maybe a couple of horses, a border collie and a cat, and I'll just be content with myself. That's all I really want. Okay, second question. What's demi? Do you mean as in demigod or demisexual? Because demigod is a half god and demisexual is what I am. Even though despite what I would like to be a demigod as well, but I'm demisexual and it's quite simple really. I can't get attracted to someone until I get to know them. That's why it's really difficult for me to develop crushes. So if I get a crush on you, good for you. Congratulations, even though it would probably never happen, but you know, unless like you've already I've told people. Even though I've got none at the minute. I've got no crush at the minute. So yeah. Okay. Third question. Why don't you smile anymore? Because I've got nothing to smile about like you give me. Kind of like, I'm sorry that I don't smile in front of everyone. I'm sorry that I don't walk around with a smile on my face constantly going, oh, how's the weather, people? It's gorgeous. It's actually quite nice today, but I don't know. I've just I used to smile all the time because I felt like I had to. And when I'm around new people and stuff, I like to try and be friendly. I don't always just like to sit at the back and, like, look like this in silence with straight face. I do that a lot, but I do like to be happy, even though it's sometimes difficult. But, fourth question, yeah. Why do you have large pupils? I don't bloody know. Light, my eyes are weird, I'm weird. Are you a goth? I like the gothic subculture, but I wouldn't class myself as a goth, because despite this having skulls on it, I don't really, it depends how I feel really. If I'm feeling quite maybe confident, I'll dress in like a gothic style because I like the style. But most days I just wear something like this, or usually a t-shirt with a fandom on it. It's usually how I dress. Yeah, I dress what I like. Dressing what I like. Grammar, but yeah, I wouldn't class myself as a goth. Are you an emo? No. No. Well, no, I don't think so. No. Many people don't realise there's a difference between emo and goth. Goth is a subculture where they mostly blame the world for problems. That's like what stereotypically. An emo is a state of mind where you see yourself as the problem and you blame yourself. Oh shit, that's me. But anyway, moving on. But yeah, and emo isn't a subculture. It's more of a personal preference. And goth is a subculture. And it really irritates me when people say, "Oh, I'm emo. I wear a choker and listen to 21 Pilots." Oh, you're not emo. And emo never admit. I've even got a book on it. Where is it? I actually even have a book on. If I can find it. I cannot whistle and it irritates me. Why the bloody hell is it gone? I'm gonna get frustrated now, aren't I? Boo freaking who? Where the hell has it gone? I swear it was right here. That is just gonna irritate me now. Okay, that's gonna really irritate me. There we are. Found it. Found my book about being emo. And I'm definitely not emo. Do I look emo? Do I honestly look emo? First of all, I would never wear that. Yeah, I'm not emo. I'm not emo. Well, next question. Do you have any pets? Yes! As in, like, seen our previous videos and stuff. At my dad's, which is here, we have 2 cats and a hare. And at my mum's, my point, in somewhere over there, in that other side of the valley, I have 2 ponies, a horse, 3 miniature donkeys, 2 chickens, 2 geese, a bunch of frogs, and yeah, those tadpoles, and yeah, I've got lots of animals, because I prefer animals to, well, technically we are animals, even though we see ourselves as, oh, we're the superior race. We're not the superior race. We just, Homo sapiens, I think, just, they have a stronger sense of, I don't know, kind of like ignorance mixed with jealousy, mixed with dominance. And those 3 just all squabbled together, and that makes people think we're the superior race and has forced us to come this far. Just because we're this far doesn't mean that any other creature isn't as far. Because to us, being president is seen as high up. Whereas to a lion, being the alpha male, is to high up to them. So that could be the same rank as president. We just see ourselves as more important. If that makes any sense. But yeah, next question. This is one that I want to ask myself, really, because I ask it to most people. Would you rather be a duck or a penguin? That is really difficult, because kind of a duck because I'm quackers, but also, God, but a penguin because penguins are so cute and adorable, so that's maybe why I'm not a penguin, because I'm not cute and adorable. But I have 0 idea. Sorry, I think I'm kind of losing my voice a bit. Well, I was screaming all Friday. That's probably what it is, but yeah, kind of. I'd say penguin because there's just like waddle everywhere and it's cute. Okay, to next question then. What's your favourite colour? Now a bunch of you will probably say yellow because that comes before the purple. However, my favourite colour is actually dark purple. And my second favourite colour is yellow. But purple yellow, I don't think sounds as good as yellow purple. Doesn't flow as well. So that's kind of why I swapped it around. Plus there's another backstory to it as well, which I don't really want to get into. It's from what, year 5? Yeah, year 5. Bloody hell. I've been yellow purple since year 5, but whoa. Okay, next question. Cats or dogs? I like both. I honestly cannot choose. I like dogs because they're so energetic and I love taking them for walks and I love them. But cats because they're so, I don't know, they're just so, I know a lot of people are like, oh, cats are mean. They have sharp claws and yeah, but at the same time they are so loyal. But you know a heartbreaking fact about dogs and cats? Cats, if you hurt them, they might hate you for a bit, but eventually they will forgive you. Dogs, no matter how much you hurt them, they will always see you as like the owner, as the person they can look up to. And it's so heartbreaking. That's why a lot of like abused dogs still love the owner, despite them being it's so heartbreaking. Why? But yeah, let's move on before I start crying. If you were a superhero, what would you be like? Yeah, I'd be called Yellow-Purple, and oh god, this is where my geekiness comes in, but I want to write a comic book, and I've designed my superhero, and I've designed everything about them, and yeah. I've got an entire plot line and everything, I just need to create it. Yeah. They're called Yellow-Purple. The outfit would be all black apart from the belt would be black apart from like the sign on it, which would be like the Yellow-Purple sign, and then they'll have like wings, and I was toying with the idea of the cape or wings, but I love wings, so I want the wings in the cape, so I really want a cape, but yeah, I'd have like the Black Angel wings, so she can like fly around, and she'd basically be like a bit like me, except I won't tell you the plot of the story. I'll let you read it so I get money, but yeah, that's basically my superhero, and she's got a tragic story to her there, which I won't tell you right now. You'll have to read it so I can get money, but do you have any regrets? Everything I do is regretted. I have regretted my YouTube channel so many times. I've regretted my Instagram so many times. I've regretted going to school so many times. I've regretted even being alive so many times. I've regretted everything. From the outfit that I put on, to the shoes I wear, to how I present myself, to how I speak, to just everything. I regret it so much. I shouldn't, but I do, and it is so irritating. But I just regret everything. You see, it's like I say, I would rather do than spend my whole life wondering. But then instead of wonder, I just regret. It's like, oh, why didn't I say that in year 3 when I had that perfect opportunity? Oh, dang it. And I'm like that all the time. I regret. I think, what would have happened if I had said that? I'd be in a much better place. I should have said. It's either like a confidence issue or some other issue that I have no idea about. Yeah. Next. Would you ever kill anyone? If yes, how? Who's to say I haven't already? Okay. How? Well, I don't be concerned because I haven't. I don't think. But how? Well, there's a lot of different ways I would murder people. I mean, name anything and I can probably use it as a murder weapon. Yeah. But I love the idea of a murder eater. Basically, you cover someone in paper cuts, roll them in salt, and then throw them in lemon juice and watch them bleed out and die whilst they're in pain. A murder eater. I like the idea of that. But the idea of like giving me anything and I can make it into a murder weapon. Take a sharpener with no blade in it. What I would do is snap it in half. Usually, snapped plastic is very sharp if you like to explain it that way. And I would place each half on the pressure points here. So on that vein right there, because that's a pressure point. And slowly dig in. So they will bleed whilst pressure is being put on the pressure points, which will eventually also kill them. And plus it's also a bit less messy because there isn't as much blood as like sitting in the throat there or something. I would be a good murderer. Next question. Favourite video game? Hands down Skyrim. Love that game. Because dragons, fantasy, medieval, weapons, death, killing, dragonborn, shouting. What isn't there to like? It's brilliant. Next one, favourite mythical creature, easy, dragons. That's one of the reasons why I love Skyrim so much. I love dragons because they're amazing. And then next, favourite Star Wars character, Ahsoka Tano. I love her. Snips. But she's amazing. I mean, despite my Yoda on my bed there, and my Darth Vader replica lightsaber, which is, by the way, awesome, and a lot of Star Wars stuff that I have. Hands down, Ahsoka. She's amazing. Favourite Harry Potter character? Ebony. Yeah. No. Next, vampire. No. Enough with the my mortal jokes, but not even jokes, they're just terrible, but abysmal. Right, and then I love Lupin, Sirius, just the Marauders. Luna is good. Dumbledore is alright. I don't know. No asking me stuff. Buckbeak. Buckbeak. Favourite horror film? I like horror films for different reasons. I mean, I don't like much as the thing of being scared, but more of like the twists and the plot and like the special effects, and I like all that kind of side of it. And I just love because I love how the human mind works, because it's like jump scares, I don't really find them that scary. They're just predictable. It's like, oh yes, go into the dark, mysterious room which you've never entered before where all the screaming is coming from. Yeah, brilliant idea. Don't call the police or anyone. Well done, horror films, well done. So, I think that's kind of why I want to make my own horror film, because I know all like the cliches and why just would you do that? And you know, that's kind of why I want to make my own. But my favourite horror films, I love Haunting Connecticut because it's based on a true story and I just find it brilliant. And then the others, I know it's not really scary, but I just love the plot twist in it. It's not scary, it's just more of like, makes you think, and I like that. It's kind of like more of like psychological kind of, but at the same time it's classed as a horror, but it's not really jump scary-ish, it's just more of like wondering kind of, and I love the plot twist in it. Okay, favourite person, I'm not answering that because there's too many of them. You know who you guys are. Who was your first kiss? Not answering that one. Xbox or PlayStation, I like them both for different reasons. PlayStation because I just love them. I've got a PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, and I really want a 3 and 4. Not just complete my collection, but I just really want them. I mean, for the games and like, just I love seeing like the evolution of how things change, because that's like why I kind of want to be an archaeologist and all that. But at the same time, there's a huge difference from the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2. And it's just loving how the PlayStation 1 has gone from to the PlayStation 4. It's such a huge change and I love it. But I also love Xboxes because, I don't know, I think an Xbox was when I started really getting into video games, because that was when I was in year 6. And that was the first time I played Skyrim as well. And I went up to Scotland to see my dad's current girlfriend, Adelina Amanda. If you're watching now, hi. But that's when I went up to yours, and Eva was playing on the Xbox, and she basically handed me the controller when she was playing Skyrim. She said, "Hey, give this a go," and I immediately ran up to a giant. That's what this is. Then I screamed because I got launched into NASA's space program. It were a fun day. God. But yeah, that's when I started playing Skyrim, and I loved it ever since then. And that's also the first time I played Sims. And what did I immediately do? I made a family, killed off the parents, and just locked the kids in the house and told them, survive. I was such a nice person. I still am, right. Favourite time period? Well, from all like the archaeology and history books down here, I have no idea. Let me see, I've got a lot on the wall. What's on the wall, but I don't know. I like the wars. I mean, they're interesting about how it all started and how it influenced people, but honestly, I can't put a favourite time period. I like them all. I like how they all link together somehow, because where we are now wouldn't have happened if Oliver Cromwell hadn't gone, "Oh, this isn't fair," or if we hadn't decided to go invade other countries, or if Hans Ferdinand wasn't assassinated with the Black Hand ganging on like that. We wouldn't be where we are now. We wouldn't have been influenced enough to get where we are now. And I just love how everything links together. That's why I really like history. Okay, what do you think happens to life after death? I'm sure I've spoken about this in another video, but honestly, oh wow, brilliant answer. But I don't know, it's like the question of energy. Think of a soul as in energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred. But if it's the same with a soul, when life first begins, it's not created. It's just being transferred from something else that's previously died. Reincarnation, maybe. Okay. Is that it? Is that the last question? Well, 23 minutes. How have you sat through this? But I hope it was at least somewhat interesting. Just me blabbering on for a while and searching for a book. I want to see if I actually am emo. You know what? I'll record a video immediately after this and go through this. But yep. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and you know who I'm on about there. Not if you're a hater, good for you. If you don't like my content, I know it's abysmal. I know it's shit. I know I'm shit. Just, you don't need to take that shit on top of my things. Thank you. But yeah, if you liked it, please, if you want to, like this video. If you want to subscribe, you can, because I'll carry on making abysmal content, whether you do or not. But other than that, bye!